camper project, and we're tying in the tongue to the frame. As you can see, we kind of got the tongue all put together, our straight jack and on, no tilt jack, got it. And some people may ask about that coupler, and the reason why I set it up like that is because of the height of my Jeep and all that I'll be towing it with. I didn't want the trailer to go down the road with the tongue way up in the air, so I kind of wanted to set that coupler up a little bit. I know that there's a lot of issues about the old school bumpers that had the old balls on them, and they would hit right up in here, but I've got a good bit of clearance right there, and I'm not planning on carrying it with an old style hitch. I like the regular receiver styles, and I always run those, so I don't think it's going to be a big thing, because on our Jeeps and stuff, we don't have any kind of bumper style ball hitch on there, so I think we're in good shape with that. Also, the width here is not near as wide. It's only around 32 inches wide right there, so we don't have a good straight triangle like you use the A couplers and stuff like that, so we weren't able to use an A coupler, so we just ran straight up like that, put the coupler on there, put the jack on there, new chains and all to be safe with it, and looks like everything's tying in real good. Now our big thing is tying in this deal to that unibody. So right here is where we're tying in back to the frame here. We've seen in a previous video, but now we need to tie this into this frame, so to make sure that's good and secure. So our floor, we're tied to the original floor, but it has support right here in the full body. So as you can see, I've got brackets made right here and an L bracket on the inside tied in, and we're going to be showing you how we tie that in, make sure it's good and strong. So you look over here, right here is my first piece. That's what I call my L bracket. Made that so it ties into the original frame, then it goes up and it marries to this front here, this bumper guard here. So it ties in like that, welds there, welds back up under here. So that's the first piece. The second piece is we got this piece here, and then it slides right up in here. Then it's going to weld to those. It's going to weld to the bumper support, it's going to weld to the frame, and it's also going to weld to this L bracket. So that's number 2. We got 7 different pieces it takes. Then we got this little odd little square rectangle piece here, and it actually goes inside here. And we'll show it. It's going to wind up getting trimmed up, and it'll lay right in there. All right, so that's where it goes, right there. Then we got our little rectangular piece that's going to cap off our side here to cap up that opening right here. You can see there's an opening. That's going to cap that off. We'll get that capped off. Then we got a little opening that's going to be underneath here where the square tubing meets up with our L bracket. Well, there's your little piece that's going to go there. So that's the one for that side. Then we got a band that's going to actually go across. It actually feeds across the bottom to tie the two together right there. So that several little pieces that's going to wind up filling up all this cavity right here. You got a cavity on this side, a cavity on that side that's wide open. A lot of dirt, debris, mice, whatever could get in there. We're going to cap that off and use that structure to tie this bumper cross member to this frame. So that'll give us all that extra support right there that we're going to need. Now once all that is installed right there, then we'll have these tied in good and firm right there, all tied in. Once that's done, then we can step on our inside, and then we can wind up doing our floorboard. Here is our cut for our floorboard right here. a side cup here that's going to cap that side there on. Then we got one here that's here, right there like that. And then we got a fan heater that actually will be installed before those two, but it will cap off like that. And then we'll be able to marry our floorboard here to here, back here. And then our floorboard right over here, let me get out. We're going to be utilizing a cross member there, up under here, tied in. You see where I started on it, it'll tie in just like that. And then we'll have a pan. And our pan, you can see how in it, put the drop to it, just like our frame was. And then it will tie in to here. And then tie this side, this original floorboard, it'll tie this original floorboard over here to this original floorboard and then weld down through there. Of course, there'll be holes here, so we can spot weld that to our cross member there. It'll weld here, weld all the way across there. We'll have some holes drilled to hit our inner rib on our inner frames there. And then back here, this will be tying into our battery box that'll go in the back. We've come up with a battery box thing we're going to be utilizing, so that'll be on our next video. So this is as far as we got right now. So I figured I'd show you the pieces it takes to make this tie into here. And the thing about it is, some people may say, wow, you know, I'd rather just, you know, try to come out cheap. Well, the only cost on steel, on my steel, is very minimal, because you can see these right here were old drops out of a metal shop a friend of mine's got. This right here is left off of an old project. They're old pieces. That piece there is an old piece. Picked them up really cheap, and don't have a lot of money involved. And main thing is just a little bit of time. So it's not costing me so far right now. I'm kind of roughly estimating about, in this whole project I've got, with even buying the original Jeep and all, I'm less than $400 in this so far. So I think I'm doing pretty good. So hang in with us, and we'll show you another clip.